Hey guys, Stellar Cubing here, and today I'm going to be uploading a tutorial on the beginner's method. Basically I'm going to be splitting up this series into a few separate parts because it takes a while to explain, and I don't want to just have one really long video and waste your time. So I'll just be splitting this up into multiple parts. So the first part will be on getting the cross and the first layer done. So let's get to it. Now I'm going to be doing this tutorial with green on the bottom because that's basically how I learned it. A lot of people use white as their base, but I use green. Feel free to use any color you want, because really it doesn't matter which color you choose. It doesn't make you faster, it doesn't make you slower. It's just personal preference here. So you can either choose to do green like me, or you can go like with, well, it's just supposed to be red, but this is pink. Or you can go with blue or white and all that jazz. So first, just pick which color you want to be your base. And just a little side note, your Rubik's Cube probably looks different from mine because I have a different color scheme. I'm sorry about that. If you want my future tutorials to have the same color scheme as a normal Rubik's Cube, please tell me in the comments. But for now, I'm just going to stick with this just because I don't have any normal Rubik's Cube. But just so you know, pink is red and purple is what orange is. So yeah, I'm not gonna make you memorize it, but just so you know. So there we go. Okay, so I'm also gonna explain how notations work. Oh, by the way, if the lighting seems a bit off, I messed up this certain part. The video got corrupted. I had to re-record it after I did everything. So that's just the reason why the lighting's off. So what I mean by notation is that if you see on some algorithms they have like RL, URL, I don't know, I just gave out a random string of letters. They're actually instructions. So R would be right, L is left, F front, U up, D down, and then B for back. So yeah, those are the notations, but some of the notations, they may have a what is it called? Apostrophe? An apostrophe. They may have an apostrophe like R apostrophe, meaning prime. So that means you turn that layer counterclockwise. So for you to be able to understand this better, imagine you're looking at that layer. So say R, this is the R layer. Imagine that is what you're looking at right now. That's your front. You make that your front. So R would be turning R clockwise. R prime would be its counter, like this. So it's not that complicated. Well, it is complicated, but once you get the basis of it, at some point you'll get so used to it that you'll be able to execute algs without even caring about which one it is. So another example, like F would be this, F prime is this. While B, it's like the opposite. So imagine you're looking at B. So B is this, B prime is this. So this is B, this is F. So so that's something to keep in mind. Like two opposite layers, they're normal. If they're not, if they're both like primes or they're both not primes, then they move in two opposite directions. So this one moves towards the left, this one moves clockwise, this one moves counterclockwise on this one's face. So that's basically all. I'm not gonna go too far in depth about this. I can upload a video about it, but really that's only gonna be like a 1-minute video. So if this doesn't make sense to you, either rewatch this part until it does, or look stuff up online, look at other tutorials on how notations work. So let's get to actually solving. Alright, now we get to the interesting part. If you haven't already, please scramble your cubes. I'm not going to put an algorithm up, a scrambling algorithm yet, just because that's too much work for me to scramble, then give you guys an example, then re-scramble it in the exact same way. So just scramble it. You'll get the same results if you follow the tutorial correctly, or if I teach it right. Now, so first things first, before we get to solving this, I need to explain just a few basic thoughts. Now, these are called edges, and these are called corners, of course. Now, people think like, oh, how do I switch this color with this? You can't. They're two separate pieces. You cannot switch their positions on the cube. So an edge will always stay an edge. It will never become a corner. Now, another thought is to think this. Another thought to help you solve is this. The centers never change. So you see how I have blue in front, then on top I have yellow, bottom is white, right is purple. Right is pink, left is purple. No matter how I scramble it, those things will always be right where they're supposed to be. White across from yellow, pink across from purple. Granted, they're all like upside down, but I can just rotate the cube, and there you go. You have the same things. So centers never ever change. Okay, so the first step in this method is called the cross, basically. What you're trying to do is find your base color, which is green. I'll be referring to base color as green from now on. Find your green center part. Then you want to find green edges. What I mean by this, as I stated previously, these are called edges. These middle pieces are called edges. The one with two colors. You want to find all your edges with green on them. So this has green, this has green, this has green, and that one. There should only be 4 of these edges. Now, these edges are what I would call cross pieces. They're the pieces you need in the first step to make the cross. Now, I'll give you an example of what normal people would get when I say cross. Like here. See? They got a cross. Here. Let me just take that out so you don't get confused. You get a cross. A green cross, right? On top, it looks really great. It looks like, hey, I did it right. Yeah, no. You didn't. So, this is the mistake most people make. Don't feel disappointed. Actually, feel pretty happy you got a cross. Good job for you. Now, right here, people usually get a wrong cross. What I mean by this is that, see, purple and yellow are not matching. So, because yellow, it's green, yellow, then purple, instead of green, yellow, then yellow, like here. Now, you could turn it the layer like that, but then everything else gets disrupted. So, you want to solve cross correctly. Now, that's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to explain this step since in beginner's method this is the most intuitive part. Now, as you keep doing this, as you keep solving, cross will get easier. You will get used to solving cross. You will find new ways of solving cross, be it looking at more videos, watching people solve it, or just thinking up of your own way of solving cross. Now, here is an example of a good cross. See, it's white on white, purple on purple, yellow on yellow, and pink on pink. So you want to get a solved cross. Now, it's actually easier said than done half the time. Like, I'm going to re-scramble the cross, and you see, how am I supposed to get all these pieces in the right spot? Well, it is hard, yeah, but like, it's not impossible. So, I can't give you algorithms for this. I can only give you tips and stuff. So, here are some thoughts that you might want to keep in mind. So you want to, I wouldn't say memorize, but you just want to keep these basic thoughts in your head. You want to try to figure out which two colors are opposite from each other so that you don't place them next to each other. So like, you see here, white and yellow are two cross pieces and they're next to each other. They're making an L shape. Well, that's not how they work. White and yellow always stay opposite from each other unless your color scheme is different. But they're always opposite. That's a tip I can give you. Now, I'm willing to give you some cross algorithms, but that's only for certain cases. Now, see, here's a cross. I solve cross really, I solve it really quickly because I can solve it no matter what the placement. It can be all weird, and I'll just fix it. So, see, that's an example of when you get better at cross. At some point, you don't even need to think about cross. That's when you know you've got cross down. So, here's an example of what I mean. This is a previous case you saw before. Now, a way to fix this is to switch these two, and I can give you an algorithm. This will work on no matter what. So even if the two pieces that are misaligned are on the right side, just turn it to the left, or turn it to the left. This will be a left-based algorithm. So you do L U prime U. Sorry, U. So wait, L U L prime U prime L. You see? Then they fix each other. Another example of an annoying cross piece would be this, where it's flipped. Personally, I really hate this. I have no speedy way to do this. So here's what I do. I just turn it to one side. We'll just go to the left layer again. Then I just go, so it's F prime, counterclockwise. So F prime, U, L prime. See, it puts it up. And then a U. U prime, sorry. So then you have your cross solved. I can go into an extension about cross. I can give you a few more just algorithms on cross. These cross algorithms I won't put in the description. If you need them, just replay that part of the video because they're really specific for certain parts of cross. Now, I'll re-scramble it. This will just be my last example before I go on to the first layer part. Now, see here, they will give you inspection time, or you can have inspection time on your own when you solve. So see here, if I look around, I see here's 1 cross piece, purple and green, 2 pink and green, 3 white and green, 4. So I've located all 4 of my cross pieces. Then I just want to get them all in the top layer. I'll just make this as a rule right now. Just don't focus on getting them correctly. Just try to get them in the top layer. Like, don't really care if it's not solved. Just get them in the top layer. It'll make it easier for me to explain it. So once you get in the top layer, try to match up a bunch. Try to match a piece with its correct spot. It can be any piece you want. It can be pink. It can be any of them. It just depends on whether or not you want it to be easier to solve. Eventually you'll learn that you'll learn how to just get these 2 correct, and you can just do that algorithm I showed you where I did that. Now that's basically all you want to do. You just want to get the cross in, you want to get it all down, you just want to get the cross done, not correctly. Then once you do that, just do one of the algorithms I showed you to fix the cross. Say to switch these 2, it's L, U, L prime, U prime, L. See? They're fixed. And that can, and like say you have a righty version of that, like it's on the right here. Why are you, like, you don't need to freak out about this. There is no different algorithm. You can just rotate your cube like this so that it's on the left, and then you just do the same thing. Now there is a time where this will appear. This is actually also an annoying case. What you can do is this will require M moves if you are really willing to do that, but what you can basically do, since the lower layer, you can see, look, I'm turning the bottom layer, I'm turning D, and you can, and it's not messing up cross whatsoever, you can just turn one layer, the layer that's messed up, and you can just turn it on the bottom here until it matches its right piece. See, you just do another turn, a double turn. It's always double turns. Double turns are always what you want to be doing in cross. Like, they're what helps you out. Then see, this one's in the bottom layer, and its correct spot is back here. So you can just turn the bottom layer. Just keep looking at the colors, seeing if they matched up. See, it doesn't match up here, it matches up here. Then just do that. So I'll show you an example of this kind of fix, I guess. Here. So you want to switch to these 2, but you can do this alg, which will fix it. Or you can just do this. It doesn't even have to be across from each other. You can just, this is why I would call it saving. You can just save this cross piece in the bottom layer where you can turn it freely and won't get messed up. And then you just, in the blue layer, you just match it up with its correct color. Then you do an F2 to put it back on the bottom. Then you move this with its correct color, and you do that. I will be posting another video to explain cross more if you don't think this goes into extension, but I'm going to get to solving the whole first layer, which will be green. Okay, so now that you have your cross finished, let's get to getting the corners in. So what I mean by corners, you just, these, as I explained before, these 3 colored pieces. Now, I'll just give you a brief example. Oh, gotta fix the cross first. So here's an example of fixing a cross. See, there we go, everything's correct. Now, I'll just show you a brief example of getting the corners in correctly. Now you may have seen some different movements there, and I'm not going to show you what I did. I'll post a video in the future on just how to do the first layer quickly. I may not, I'll just post a video on F2L. But so this is how you solve the first layer correctly. This is what it's supposed to look like. All the colors, like say you just don't mind these lower colors. Don't even look at them. They're disgraces. They're not matched. No, okay, so you see, it's all yellow, yellow, yellow. Purple, 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 white, 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 pink, pink, pink. And if you see the edges, the centers they're matched up with, pink on pink, white on white, purple on purple, yellow on yellow. So this is what a correct cross looks like. Some other people, like most people can solve the first layer, like no problem, yeah, sure, solved it. But they don't solve it right. Like, see, it's all different colors, it's not correct, it's not all uniform and perfect. So the algorithm to do this is, and you want to hold base on top, to put the corners in correctly is R prime, D prime, R, D. That's just to take a corner out or put a corner in. Now, the rule of this algorithm, it doesn't work all the time. Like, say I wanted to put this yellow, pink, and green in its correct spot right here. I don't just do that like forever and eventually it'll fix itself. No. There are some startups to this. Startups, how would I say this? Like triggers? No, like there's just a way you have to do it so it solves correctly. Now, I'm just going to give you a few rules. The first rule is that everything must be on the right. What I mean by this is that the corner you want to insert in its spot, the green, white, pink corner, put it to the right. And then the top corner that you want to put in its spot, keep it to the right. See? So, if you want to identify where the corner is supposed to go, you look at green, green, that means it goes on the top layer already. Then you look at these two colors. It's pink and white. You look at where pink and white connect, it's not here, and it's here. It's either down here or up here, but since it's green, it's up here. So pink, white, green meet up here, so this has to go up there. Now, to move that there, you use the algorithm, but as I shown before, R prime, D prime, R, D. Now, the basis is that you want to keep everything to the right, like the corner you want to insert, say we'll use this corner since that's already up there. We'll use this corner. See, you found your pink, yellow, green. You look at the cube where pink and yellow, green meet, green. Then there's yellow on one side and pink on the other, so that means it's supposed to be right here. So keep it to the right, or like before you start out the algorithm, it has to be to the right. So you can just match it down. It has to be below where it's supposed to be inserted. So see, this edge, this corner, sorry, is below the slot it has to be put in. This is the slot that it has to go in. So it's right below it. Now, and see it's on the left? No, the algorithm doesn't work like this. No matter how many times I do this, it'll never bring this up there. You keep it to the right. So this is all to the right. The slot you're inserting it into, the corner you're inserting, is all to the right side. Then you can do that algorithm. Notice how I'm doing it a few times. I'm not doing it once and then I'm done with it. I do it a few times because that's the amount of times it takes to bring it up there, because it's gotta put it in, but it's not oriented correctly. See, it's not. I'm just gonna corner twist here. This corner twisting will make your cube impossible. Just a warning. I'm gonna corner twist here. It's not like that. It's like this. So by doing it again, it just brings it out and reorients it, and it fixes it up. So we'll do the same thing with this. Green, white, pink. Look for where green, white, and pink come together, or green, white, and red on yours. I'll just be explaining my color scheme. See, it's green here, green on top, then there's a pink to one side and a white to the other. So it's green, white, pink, and this corner means that this has to be green, white, and pink. So you just want to keep this to the right. Then if it's on the bottom layer, you just want to bring it around to where it's supposed to be. Keep it to the right, don't put it right here. Keep it to the right. Then you do R prime, D prime, R, D, 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 R prime, D prime, R, D. Now, if you've done that algorithm 6 times, if you've done it 6 times and it still doesn't solve it, that means you're doing it wrong. Like, here, I'll show you what I mean. Like, say I've done it 6 times already and it's still not the correct color up there. You're probably either just putting in the wrong corner or you didn't set it up correctly, like the corner was on the left and you started the algorithm. So that's just to note. To go into extension about this, the first layer isn't that hard. It's actually just doing that a lot. Now you can do something I like to call reverse algs, where you just do that algorithm backwards, and that will help you out, but I'm not going to go too far in depth with them because it may confuse you. So I'll do another example of one of the corners here. Now, sometimes you might get this. The wrong corner is in the wrong slot. See, it's white. It's white, purple, green. Green's correct, but it's white and it's purple and yellow. Why do I keep saying white? It is purple and yellow, but it's on its right spot. If you want to, this is what I call taking it out of that slot. You just do the same algorithm again. It's on the bottom layer. You can turn the bottom layer freely however you want without disturbing the top. So what you basically do is just, it's purple, yellow, green. Purple, yellow, green is right here. Then you just keep it to the right. Rotate the bottom layer so it's on the right also. Then you just do the algorithm. I'll put this algorithm in the description below. Now, Another thing you can do, which will actually improve your times, is see this is in the wrong layer. This is in the wrong place. It's yellow, pink. It's not in the yellow, pink area. It's in the white, purple. You don't have to take it out, fix this one, and then go ahead and fix this one. You can just bring this, like say, you can just look for the white, purple part. You look for that corner, which is right here. So you keep it to the right. Then you just move it to the right. Then instead of just taking this out, putting it in its right spot, then putting this in right after that, you can just insert this one while taking this out. And then since you already did that, you've already inserted one, then you can just do this, then you can just put it in its right spot, pink, yellow, green, pink, yellow, green, then you just, there you go. And then last one, it's pink, white, green. Here we have pink, white, and green, so we know it has to be up there, so keep it to the right. Then we rotate this so that it's on the right, and we just do the algorithm again. I'm sorry I'm doing it too quick, but I'll do it one final time as an example. Then I'll show you a solve starting from just a fully scrambled cube up to now. So here we go. Purple, yellow, green. It's already right underneath that spot, so you just do the algorithm a few times. I'll slow it down once or twice, but I won't be slow for the whole thing. Then you see pink and white, and then on the bottom layer you see it's pink and white and green on the white, purple, green. So as I said before, you can look on the bottom layer for the purple, white, and green pair, so that while you're taking this pair out, you can insert this one correctly, and this one's already taken out, so then you find where pink and white go, keep it to the right. I'm trying to emphasize this, keep everything to the right, then you do the algorithm. Then the last pair is right here, find the slot it's supposed to go into up here, so you turn the bottom layer until you get the corner up here, then there you go. So if you did all of those steps correctly, you would have had solved a whole layer as shown before. Now if the lighting's weird again, I have to re-record this because my camera skills are really bad. I showed the example solve all the way up here because I'm a jerk. So I went ahead and re-scrambled my cube, and so I'm just gonna get a cross down. So I'm not really gonna care on how I get the cross in, as long as I get a cross on top. Then this next step, we just fix the cross. So these two are okay. So we do the cross algorithm I showed you, which is L, U, L prime, U prime, L. Everything's solved. Then we solve the top layer. We see this yellow, pink, green corner is up there, and it's not in its right spot. It's supposed to go back here. And ooh, that sucks. And like this slot is where these two are basically supposed to be switched. This is supposed to be there, that's supposed to be here. This is when you can just go ahead and take it out once by using that algorithm, then you just turn it so it's down here, then you just insert it. And then you locate the pink, yellow, green, as you know it's back here, you turn there, then you turn the bottom layer until you see pink, yellow, green on the right side with the slot it's supposed to go into. Then you do the algorithm, purple, yellow, green, purple, yellow, green meet here, move it to the right, put it in, and then we have pink, white, and green, pink, white, green, it's in its right spot already, do the algorithm. So that's how you solve the whole top layer. So from here on out, I'm just going to solve it the way I'm going to teach you. I'm not going to solve it how I normally do. I'm not going to solve it CFOP. I'm going to solve it beginner. So this is basically showing you what you're going to be I'm just showing you how you're going to solve once you learn the whole method. So let me do this. That. I can explain in brief about what I'm doing. So right now, I'm just putting in the second edges. I'll explain about it later. So there you go, second layer done. Then you get a cross on top. Don't worry if I'm going too fast. I'm going to make new videos. I'm gonna make another video on the second layer and another one on the final layer. So, and then almost did an OLL. And then here. So you can go. There we go. And then now all I'm doing is just cycling. I like to say cycling these corners all around until one of them until they're all in the right spot and just waiting to be turned. Then here. Now if you notice right there, I did the corner insert alg a lot. So you want to get used to that. You're going to use that both in the first layer and in the last layer. So It's actually a really well used algorithm. So there you go, there's an example solve. And thank you guys for watching. I won't show you the second layer yet because there's 2 algorithms I have to show you in that and show you how to work it out. So I'll just separate this into a different part. Thank you for watching. If you like this style of tutorial, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, I will be uploading the next videos pretty soon. I won't be a jerk and just be all like, alright, I'm gonna upload this first part of a tutorial, wait a month, upload the second. I'll try to upload them all within the same week. So you just have to wait for the next video. I still have to edit everything. I have to do all of that jazz done. And thank you all for watching. I really do hope my explanations help. If you think there's any way I can improve, please tell me in the comments so that my future tutorials get better. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video.